being
the
a good
earth with
human.
just a good. You know the funniest shit when the twins came home because they kept going to the hospital. Dad, you'll never guess. Like, what happened? How's Elijah? He's doing better. Auntie Lala and Gil like sat by each other and they talked and they got
Yeah,
along.
yeah. I was like, it's kind of hard to hold the anger, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I still can't be petty around this.
Right.
But there's one thing I do. I'm gonna give her credit, and it's so funny. He asked me, what was it like, and I said,
around his mom.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I said the reason I left the hospital because I knew you was in good hands. There's one thing I do know
Super family
is if one of the kids is fucked up, she is gonna become overly protective.
Yeah, mama bear.
Yeah, so I know this right here.
She got it.
You're good. I mean, you're gonna have warm blankets. If the spit gets on the blanket, you're gonna have a new blanket. You're gonna have food that you don't even supposed to have. You're gonna have a TV, air conditioner. She's gonna make sure cable. She's gonna do shit that she's gonna annoy the hell out of them people, right? So I'm good. I can leave. You're good. You know what I mean? I said, you know what? She did her job, man. You can be proud. That when we go through things in life, we don't really know who's going to be there.
You're right.
And I said, that's one person that you can say was by your side the whole time.
Shout out Laura, and he'll be back on the court this week working out for the first time.
Yeah. He's starting to ramp it up, because, I tell him, when you get a little smoke in your lungs, you got to still, get him up out of there.
Just tell him to come talk to Uncle Matt. I'll tell him how to get the smoke out of his lungs.
Right, so, but, it's the karma for him where, the karma worked in his favor this time,
But it's so eye-opening, not to cut you off, but it's just like, when I heard, it's just like in the snap of fingers, shit could be.
And I said, everything happened for a reason, and you survived this because you are a good human.
Absolutely.
You open doors for people. Like if he was in his room, he's shaking everybody's hand.
Super polite, super
right?
down
He's gonna shake everybody. He don't give a fuck what you do.
Zero ego.
Right?
Just a
He's
cool
gonna shake
kid,
your hand.
man.
And I said, man, the fact that you hit the fire hydrant first, that slowed the car down. It kept you from hitting that tree head on. The water, right? Once it caught on fire, the water is keeping the car cool from your ass burning up in there. And the fact that you had the window cracked just this much
to get some smoke out.
And it helped people pull the window because they couldn't break it. So all of those things that aligned saved your life, and that was because of who you are.
Well, we love you, bro. Get better. Looking forward to seeing you back on the court.